And we are live. We are live. We are live. It's Tuesday night. Welcome to Tuesday Night Live. Woo! And we are live. It is March the 3rd, 2021. And this evening, we're going to have a very robust conversation. So I'm just going to sit back and wait for the brothers to come on through so we can chop it up once again on this evening and talk about Mr. Kanye West. Mr. Kanye West and what Mr. Kanye West presents to us as a challenge as black men who are committed to BME, black male empowerment, or black men's empowerment. And a part of that empowerment is independence. Black male independence, BMI, and black male agency, BMA. So I'm gonna let the clock tick just for a little while. What's going on, brothers? What's going on? What's going on? I see you, BGS. I see you, Christopher Clipper. I see you. I see you, fellas. Glad you were here. Glad you were here. We have a lot to talk about. Y'all see the title. I'm calling it the hypergamy of Kanye West. The hypergamy of Kanye West. I know a lot of people think that hypergamy is something that's just specific to women. In general, it is specific to women. But there are men who are also hypergamous. What's going on, Justin? What's going on, brothers? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? We are on our way. We are on our way. We are on our way. What's up, Cortez Smith? Excalibur, what's going on? What's going on, brother? What's going on? All right, I see the brothers coming in slowly but surely. The brothers are coming in. Man, I've been wanting to talk about Mr. Kanye West for a minute now. It was just a matter of time, brothers, just a matter of time for us to talk about Kanye West and what Kanye West has meant to the culture, particularly the culture of black men, and what he has meant to black men speaking unapologetically, speaking directly to those concerns that affect black men in North America in particular, and black men all across the world. So we're going to talk about it, brothers. Hit the like, brothers. Hit the like button. Please share. Please pass this along. Please pass this along as we prepare to talk together. As we prepare to talk together. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And as you guys know, I'm not going to keep you here all night long. I don't want this to be a long stream. The last time I did a stream, which was a week ago from today, I went over my normal time limit. I try to keep these streams under 30 minutes, and I got carried away, brothers. I got carried away with you all, talking about black men and the need for black men to care about respect. And I went over 30 minutes, and so I'm going to try to keep this under 30 minutes again. And let's see what happens, brothers. Let's see what happens. Yes, sir. Come on in, brothers. Come on in, brothers. As we get this thing started. As we get this thing started. Mr. Kanye West. He is in the news. He is in the news. He is in the news. We've got to talk about Kanye and his family situation. Kanye and Kim Kardashian West. Let me correct that. And their 4 beautiful children. All of it. Yes, sir. And what's going on with this brother? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. The first thing that I want to make perfectly clear, that I am not going to demonize Kanye West. I want to make it perfectly clear as we prepare to engage this situation that I'm not going to beat up on him. I'm not going to pathologize him. I'm not going to attempt to engage in any type of psychoanalysis. I am not a therapist. I am not a psychologist. I'm not going to do what a whole bunch of people do. And let me get on the screen, brothers. What's going on? I am not going to do what a whole bunch of people do to Kanye West. That is, we have a whole lot of folks who like to play armchair psychologist, armchair psychiatrist, armchair therapist. We got a whole bunch of people who pretend to be experts, who pretend to know everything there is to know about Kanye West, simply because Kanye West has lived before us in the public domain for close to 20 years, simply because Kanye West lives in a genre of music and art that we love, hip hop and R&B, simply because Kanye West comes from a chocolate city, Chicago, simply because Kanye West looks like us. He looks like somebody in our family because Kanye West has not been reluctant to share his frailties in public, simply because Kanye West is a public figure that some people think that they're familiar with. We are not going to engage in that type of juvenile psychobabble that happens all over social media, brothers. Because I don't know Kanye West personally. I don't know his family. I don't know his father. I didn't know his mother, his grandparents, anybody. So I am not in a position to speak authoritatively about Kanye West. So what we're going to do, brothers, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what we know, what we have learned over the years through journalism, what we have learned over the years through media, what we have learned from coming from Kanye West's mouth, but not from the so-called experts who don't know about him. We're not going to take what the paparazzi says. We're not going to take what TMZ has to say, or Entertainment Tonight, or any of these organs, the LA Times, the LA Weekly, you name it. They are not authorities. And we're going to treat him like a black man. We're going to treat him like he is one of our brothers, which he is one of our brothers. And we're going to treat him with the respect that he deserves. We're going to treat him like a human being. And if you all recall, some videos ago, I made it publicly clear that black men are human beings. If you have not seen that video, Black Men are Human Beings, I want y'all to go back and check that video out. I want to give a shout out to BGS Idmore for reposting the video last week before last. Black men are human beings. What does that mean? That means that black men are no different from any other population on the planet. Black men have pain. Black men experience joy. Black men experience happiness. Black men have rage. Black men have trauma. Black men have a full range of emotions that places black men on par with other human beings. And one of the problems that we have, brothers, whenever you talk about a black man in the United States, is that the black male, the black man, is always taken out of the domain of humanity. He is taken outside of the domain of humanity. He is placed into the metaphysical world. And so, when you take black men out of humanity, you can do one of two things. Number one, you can take that black man and turn him into a magical figure. You can turn him into some type of messianic icon, somebody who's supposed to save everybody. You can turn him into a Jesus. Or number two, you can turn him into a demon. You can turn him into Satan. You can turn him into something that is the embodiment of pure evil. And that's what happens to us black men in the United States. We don't get the luxury of being full human beings. We are on this spectrum. Either you are this messianic figure over here, or you are this demonic figure over here. And we don't have any type of space to be human. And why is this important to think about in terms of Kanye West? Because Kanye West has been on both ends of the spectrum. And Kanye West has dealt with the burden of black masculinity. And that is the burden of overcoming these tropes, overcoming these archetypes, overcoming this messianic gaze that's imposed on black men, and overcoming this type of evil, this ontologically evil understanding of who black men are. Some years ago, brothers, I wrote an article for an academic publication. And that article was called Savior of the Race, The Burdens of Black Masculinity. Savior of the Race, The Burdens of Black Masculinity. If you're interested in seeing that article, go to academia.edu. Go to academia.edu, and I have all my articles. Most of my published articles are on academia.edu, and you will see that article. It's called Savior of the Race, the Messianic Burdens of Black Masculinity. And what that article deals with is this burden. And it's a burden that Kanye has dealt with. That is that we black men, because of the history of slavery, because of Jim Crow, because of poverty, because of deprivation, because of our tumultuous experience in the United States, we black men have lived with this burden. This burden that was imposed on us by Christianity. That is the burden to lift black people up, the burden to save black people, to save black children, to save black women. Okay? And so when you talk about the civil rights movement, when we talk about Martin Luther King Jr., we talk about Malcolm X, we talk about Medgar Evers. Okay, when we go back even further and talk about people like Marcus Garvey and Booker T. Washington, and you go further, deeper into slavery, and you talk about Denmark Vesey and Gabriel Prosser and the one and only Nat Turner. Okay, we're talking about a tradition that black men, okay, are brought into. It's taught in Christianity, it's taught in Islam, it's taught in the Abrahamic religions. And whether you are religious or not, you have been impacted by this. Black nationalism revels in it. Pan-Africanism, they revel in it, brothers. All these things, all these black folks, these pro-blacks who are out here talking about saving black people, saving black community, reparations, all these things, okay? All right. At the very core of it is this idea of a black man as a savior. And here's the thing. The entertainers The black entertainers, all right, they are not immune. They are not immune to this ethic. The black entertainers, because they are black entertainers who are part of black culture, they are shaped by these very ideas, the ideas that have shaped all of our lives. And Kanye West, and here's the thing about Kanye West. Kanye, his mother was a professor, an English teacher. His father, okay, a minister and also a counselor. His father, okay, was a Black Panther, okay? So Kanye West, growing up in Chicago, growing up in what we would call a conscious household, he grew up middle class, growing up bourgeois, growing up in all of that chocolate city, okay? You all have been talking about Judas and the Messiah, the story about Fred Hampton, okay, and the Black Panthers, all right, and his unfortunate execution under J. Edgar Hoover, okay? And so we're talking about a chocolate city among many chocolate cities where these traditions prevailed. And so we meet Kanye West in 2000, in 2003, 2004 through College Dropout. That's his debut album. All right. We meet him as an artist. He has a long career before he becomes an artist as a producer, but we meet him there. And when we are introduced to Kanye West, we get these elements. We get this idea. We introduced to a young Black man who grew up in a certain way, who feels some type of responsibility to Black society. Remember Jesus Walks? Jesus Walks was on that album, College Dropout. And with those other albums that came after it, Late Registration, Graduation, okay, My Twisted Fantasy, all the way up to Jesus. Okay, all those albums gave us pieces of Kanye West who's trying to do something to change the world. And when you look at Kanye West and his interviews over the years, one thing is consistent. Kanye West feels that he has been called. Kanye West feels that he has a purpose, he has a mission in life, that God has endowed him with this grand sense of cosmic purpose, that he's supposed to impact the world. He talks messianically. Jesus was about messianism. It was about being a Messiah. And so why am I saying all this, brothers? I'm saying that Kanye West has lived with this burden to be more, this burden to impact the world, this burden to contribute through the domain of popular culture, through hip hop in particular, and in other arenas. And all of this is tied to his understanding of success. Kanye West's understanding of success and making it and flourishing and all these things. And I want all of us to think about, brothers, the dynamics, and think about everything that goes into having this kind of mission, this kind of purpose, this idea, these ideas of your grand importance to the world. And what you do in service of making your success a reality. And I want y'all to look at the title. I call it Kanye West's Hypergamy. It is Kanye West's The Hypergamy of Kanye West. Because when you look at him and you look at his advent and you look at his rise and you look at what he has done to live out his purpose, his sense of mission and calling, he has done it in a hypergamous fashion. And now here we are in 2021, brothers, here we are. And we are just finding out, brothers, that his marriage to Kim Kardashian West is over. That Kanye West has been served. Kanye West is no longer with Kim. And according to the LA Times and other places, Kim Kardashian Kardashian is divorcing him over irreconcilable differences. And the people in the chattering classes and the blogs, they're talking about Kanye and his mental condition, Kanye being bipolar, Kanye not being in the best of health. And brothers, this is something that has been happening with Kanye for a number of years now. Kanye, back in 2016, went out on tour while Donald Trump, and this is right as Donald Trump was campaigning for the presidency in 2016, he went on his Pablo tour. Kanye went on a tour, and in the middle of the tour, having performed for over 3 months, every other day of the week for 3 months, Kanye West had to be hospitalized. He was hospitalized for over a week. Hospitalized due to exhaustion and sleep deprivation. Exhaustion and sleep deprivation. And what we come to find out that prior to brothers, him being hospitalized, Kanye had been taking opioids. He had been taking drugs. And what we find out is that Kanye was under severe, high levels of stress. And Kanye gets to the hospital, and not only is he affected by the opioids, but he's placed on more medication. Now, here's something to think about. Right upon him being hospitalized, when he was out there on that Pablo tour, Kanye was engaged in Twitter rants. Kanye was engaged in political rhetoric in his concerts. And it was during that Pablo tour that he first spoke directly to Donald Trump's candidacy, Donald Trump becoming the president-elect of the United States in November 2016. And if you remember that, Kanye West was in public, and Kanye West said in public that racism is something that is permanent, echoing the critical race theorists. And he was saying that Black people need to come to terms with the fact that racism isn't going anywhere, and that Black people have to work and do whatever they can do within their power to empower themselves in the face of racism. That was his first major political statement in relationship to Donald Trump. Now, why is all this important, brothers? Why is all this important? Because it is clear that Kanye West is a man who is committed to a particular vision, visionary Black man. Kanye West, and I have to add this, Kanye West is the embodiment of Black male independence. Kanye West is the embodiment of Black male agency. Kanye West is the personification of BMI and BMA. And in those moments, he exhibited those tendencies. But here's the thing, brothers. Here's the thing that we have to get at, is that Kanye damn near killed himself. Kanye damn near destroyed his life with opioids, with working, with sleep deprivation, for the sake of living out this vision. And sleep deprivation, if you study it, in addition to exhaustion, okay, it can make you a danger. It can make you a danger to yourself, and it can make you a danger to other human beings. So Kanye has not been the same since 2016. Kanye has not. His condition, his overall mental health, wealth, his mental well-being has not improved since that first hospitalization in 2016. Now again, I'm refraining from being a psychoanalytical person with regard to what's going on with him. But this is important for us as Black men. Brothers, we have to pay attention. We have to pay attention to what we do in terms of success, all right, that can cost us our lives or potentially cost us our lives. Fast forward right now, Kanye West's condition has contributed to the deterioration of his marriage. And again, I'm going to say this, we don't know all the details of that situation. We don't know the backstory between him and Kim Kardashian. But it's important for us to understand that Kanye West in marrying Kim Kardashian, all right, and having 4 children, all right, Kanye West was living out his own vision of the kind of life that he wanted to live. I want y'all to think about this. You have to ask yourself the question, why did Kanye marry Kim? Why did he have so many children so fast with Kim Kardashian? What does that say about Kanye's commitment to marriage and family? What does that say about Kanye wanting to have stability in his life? Yes, his mother died. His mother died in the operating room in 2007. And then within the window of time that his mother died, Kanye West also lost his grandparents. He lost his grandparents on both sides, his paternal grandparents as well as his maternal grandparents. Kanye West, his parents divorced when he was a boy. When he was a boy, they parted their ways. So he was raised as the only child. So Kanye West marries Kim Kardashian. He creates a family for himself in an effort to overcome something. And again, I don't know him. I'm not psychoanalyzing him. But this is a part of fulfilling the purpose, fulfilling the vision. You don't go to the ends, the lengths that you do as a man to create that type of family. Not only that, but to marry into that family. Here comes the hypergamy, brothers. Here comes the hypergamy. Kanye West knew what he was doing when he married Kim Kardashian. I know that there are a lot of commentators all across YouTube. There are a lot of people who are saying that Kanye West made a bad decision. They're saying that Kanye West made a simp move. I disagree with all those people. Kanye West knew what he was doing when he married Kim Kardashian. Kanye West knew that in order for him to have stability, in order for him to maintain his fame, his celebrity, and even his wealth, that it was important for him to be partnered up with someone who's going to help him preserve all those things. And that Kardashian clan, those women, you can call them a matriarchy, were very critical to that. And I'm going to say this on a personal note, brothers. I'm going to say this. That's right, BGS. He got $1 billion. He got $1 billion in relationship to their marriage and that family. Those Yeezys are worth, oh, they make over $1 billion a year annually. That's right, BGS. He married into old money. He married into a situation that benefited him in the long run. You remember Amber Rose? Do y'all remember Amber Rose? Do you see how short-lived that situation was between him and Amber Rose? He did the best thing that he did was sever ties with Amber Rose, because Amber Rose was not conducive to Kanye West becoming the person who he is right now. So here's the thing, brothers. When you're at that level of success, like a Kanye West, when you're at that level, there are 2 things that happen. Number one, you want to go to another level of success. That's one thing. Number 2, you want to maintain the success that you have. That's 2. You want to maintain the success you have, and you want to go to the next level of success. And that means, brothers, if you're not careful, you can make yourself vulnerable to all of the perils and the dangers of an unchecked pursuit of success. Here's the thing, brothers, that Kanye, whenever he talks, he's always talking about these super heroic, these super wealthy, these super accomplished human beings. His standard was Michael Jackson. That was his standard when he came out. I want to be like, hell, I want to surpass Michael Jackson. I want to impact not just hip hop culture, I want to impact global culture. And so he has all these figures. He talks about Picasso, he talks about Mozart, all these Western figures who live immortally in the minds of the Western populations. And so you're constantly chasing this type of success, this type of status. You're always climbing upwards. And brothers, if you're not careful, it can destroy you. It can destroy you. These are the perils of success. And this is the downside of success that we Black men need to pay close attention to. And we need to do that particularly in this environment, in this space, where you have gurus, and I've said this to you before, there are gurus, there are prosperity preachers that are in this space who are constantly telling us to not just work 40 hours, we need to work 60 hours, we need to work 70 hours, we need to work 80 hours just to be quote unquote successful. And I'm here to tell you, brothers, ain't nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong with you working extra hours. But if it comes at the expense of your physical health, if it comes at the expense of your mental health, brothers, you need to change your whole program. You need to change your whole program. He said that your longevity is more important. Your longevity is more important than you working 70, 80, 90 hours a week. And the other thing is you have to really be clear, brothers. You have to really be clear on why you are pursuing this type of success. Who is it that what are you trying to prove? Kanye trying to prove that he's great. Kanye's trying to prove that he can stand on Mount Rushmore. But some of us are motivated by other things. What are we trying to prove? In general, most of us men, we are constantly trying to prove ourselves to something. Either we're trying to prove something to other men, we're trying to prove something to women, or we're trying to prove something to ourselves. What are we trying to prove? And what cost? What cost is there to proving yourself? And as I prepared this live stream, brothers, I've thought about so many Black men who are no longer here, or so many Black men who damn near destroyed their lives because they were caught up in this addiction. There are so many people. Jimi Hendrix only lived to the age of 27. To the age of 27. Heroin destroyed him. He never got to realize his full potential as a musician, as an artist, as a performer. But he was under extraordinary pressure, okay, to perform, to be the very best, to be a guitar god. That was Jimi Hendrix. Richard Pryor, the great comedian, Richard Pryor almost destroyed his life. The great Richard Pryor almost destroyed his life through freebase, cocaine and ether. Okay, all right. Smoking cocaine almost destroyed him. Okay, all right. Freebasing, cocaine blowing up in his face in the kitchen. Okay, leaving him with first degree, second degree, third degree burns. This was in 1980. This is way before crack cocaine hit America like the tidal wave that it did. That was Richard Pryor, the great comedian, almost destroyed himself. And he never got that monkey off of his back. And all of it was tied to success. You know what? He had a whole bunch of people. Richard Pryor had a whole bunch of people that were riding on him. Richard Pryor had entire industries that were riding on his back. And Richard Pryor was the kind of person who wanted to help people, who did not want to fail people and let people down. Because folks believed in this art, people embraced his art because his art was transformative. And this is what you get with somebody like a Kanye West. This is what we get with Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson isn't here. Prince isn't here, okay? And I tell you, brothers, Michael Jackson would probably still be here. Prince would probably, the artist known as Prince, he would probably still be here. Were it not for a certain connection to this thing called success. And this thing can kill you. It can destroy you. And you brothers need to be careful about taking in all of this stuff, these level up people, all these people who are telling you to be bust your butt 7 days a week, putting in all these hours. For what? For who? What you trying to prove? And I want to make it perfectly clear. I want to make it perfectly clear, brothers. There is nothing wrong with having a good life. I live a very comfortable life. Listen, brothers, I want to do more. Listen, brothers, I've experienced the underside of success. I've damn near killed myself trying to attain the things that I've achieved in life. So I'm speaking from experience, brothers. And I'm telling you that if you have an unhealthy understanding of success, it is going to destroy your life. The man who invented screw music, chopped and screwed. The Houston DJ Screw, Robert Davis. Robert Davis died at the age of 29 in the year 2000. He died. You know what killed him? Codeine, syrup, lean. That's what killed him. But you know what's interesting? When people talk about DJ Screw, what they talk about is a man who had a relentless work ethic, a man who was up at all hours in the morning and night, churning out tapes, churning out the screw tapes, working like a madman, a man who neglected his diet. He did not eat well. He did not take care of himself, and the codeine did not help. Doing the syrup, the lean did not help him, and DJ Screw overdosed on syrup. And there are so many other examples, brothers. Lil Wayne has a documented history of seizures. And you all know Lil Wayne is a hardworking man. You know what Lil Wayne was doing with the Carter 1, the Carter 2, the Carter 3. You know, by the time he gets to the Carter 4, Lil Wayne he's a monster. He's a beast. But Lil Wayne he's imbibing the lean. He's destroying himself. And Lil Wayne he finds himself in the hospital. And that's it, brothers. And the list goes on. It's happened to Juicy J. It happened to Rick Ross. All right, brothers. It's happened to so many people. And these are successful. Listen, these are black men in the world of entertainment. These are black men in the world of entertainment who we can call successful. Kanye is a genius. Kanye is a genius. Kanye has endless creativity. And that makes it an extra burden when you have endless creativity. Kanye is a black man who lives out loud. Kanye has taken risks. He has taken existential risks. He has taken artistic risks. He has put his art on the line over and over and over again for the sake of innovation. And all of that comes with a toll. All of that comes with burdens that are placed on your body, that are placed on your mind. And I'm afraid that Kanye West, unfortunately, he does not have people around him. And perhaps Kim Kardashian and that Kardashian family is just limited in this regard, that he doesn't have people around him that would give him a healthy check. And brothers, we have to have these healthy checks. We have to remind ourselves of our mortality, of our humanity. Because if we don't, we'll destroy ourselves. We will destroy ourselves, brothers. You see? And you don't want to be in a situation, like the proverbial Tony Montana. Y'all remember Tony Montana and Scarface? You don't want to be in that situation. You remember the last parts of Scarface? And Tony Montana is living well. And Tony Montana is thinking he's above the fray. And Tony Montana is thinking that he is invincible. He's thinking that he cannot be touched because he's so successful living in a big mansion. You see? He was in a state of what we call megalomania. Megalomania is when the ego goes into overdrive when nobody can tell you anything. That's megalomania. And brothers, Tony Montana is he's a fictional character, right? Scarface. But I'm going to give you somebody who is not fictitious, and that is the former president of the United States, Donald Trump. Now, you want to talk about the perils of success. You want to talk about the underside of success. And Kanye, Donald Trump right now is not the president of the United States. Donald Trump is not the president of the United States because he allowed that success to get to his head. Donald Trump is not the president of the United States because he thought he was invincible. He thought he was impervious. He thought that COVID would make him, he would be able to skate around COVID. But not only that, but because he didn't have any internal checks and balances with them people, those white supremacists that had attached themselves to them, and he wasn't able to, and he refused to put them in check. We saw what happened. Okay? And so what you have is Teflon Don, who thought that he was, who thought he was invincible, was proven to be mortal. He was proven to be a human being. So brothers, that you got to have these checks. And Donald Trump is that, y'all, we like talking about the alpha males and all that kind of stuff. Here's the thing. There's no such thing as an invincible alpha male. No such thing as an invincible alpha male. And that's what we get, brothers. That's what happens when brothers and people in general do not have those checks and balances, brothers. We need to have those checks and balances. Now I'm checking the chat, brothers. I'm checking the chat. That's right, Alpha Analyst. He said millionaires are still men at the end of the day. Christopher Clipper, a PhD can kill you. I have a PhD. Let me tell you something, man. I damn near killed myself attaining this PhD. I've had many sleepless nights. I'm telling you straight up. That's it, brothers. That's it. And that's why I'm talking about this, brothers, because we can go on extremes with this success thing. Relationships are destroyed. Marriages are destroyed. Look at this. This man's marriage is destroyed. Let me tell you something, brothers. I was happy when Kanye got with Kim and they got married. And even before they got married, I was happy for the man. I wasn't a hater. Kanye West, that's SYSBM. Kanye West is doing a wonderful thing. That was a great marriage. Kim Kardashian is made for Kanye West. They're both eccentrics. They're both eccentric people. Kanye West was not going to find a more compatible mate in anyone other than Kim Kardashian. He wasn't going to find it. And he looked to be a happy man. All them kids, 4 children. And it is unfortunate and it is tragic that this marriage has come to an end. It's unfortunate. You know, we talk about marriage and we talk about relationships, and I'm a bachelor and all that kind of stuff. I'm not anti-marriage. I'm critical of the psychology. All of us are critical of the sociology that works against marriage. But I'm not going to knock a black man who truly and genuinely finds somebody, a woman, who he's compatible with. And there was compatibility right there. He married into it hypergamously, and it improved his life. And now Kanye West is on his way back to being a bachelor again. He is joining us. He is coming into the fray, joining the bachelor club, joining the fraternity of black men who are bachelors. And we welcome you, Brother Kanye. We welcome you back. We welcome you back. And we assure, Brother Kanye, that your creativity, you're going to rebound. You'll be able to do more. And we're going to see new stuff and more endeavors. But brothers, I've gone past the mark, man. I have gone past the time that I intended to go in terms of this live stream. I really appreciate you guys coming through. I've been wanting to talk about this for the longest. I will tell you this, guys. I've taught a course over the years called Hip Hop in Religion. The course is called Hip Hop in Religion. And Kanye West has been a figure in my Hip Hop in Religion courses that I've taught over the years. It's always a very interesting thing and a wonderful experience to be able to talk about these things in public. And I'm glad that I'm able to share this stuff with you, brothers. So I want to end this stream, guys. I want to end this stream by just reminding you, brothers, to maintain a healthy attitude, maintain a healthy perspective on this thing called success. Don't destroy yourselves. Don't destroy the relationships around you. If you're dealing with mental health issues, brothers, get the appropriate professional help that you need. And mental health is something that's very important. We don't deal with it enough as black men. The counseling professions are not as equipped as they should in terms of dealing with our mental health needs. But it's important that we take care of our well-being as black men, and also take care of our bodies and how we eat. Be sure to exercise. Be sure to get the sleep that you need to get, brothers. Get all the rest you can. Drink as much water as you can. Get outside and walk. Take in the sun, brothers. Detox. Get those negative forces out of your lives. Remember, detox. You purge those negative relationships that keep you from being the healthiest person that you can possibly be. And that's right, Ian Miles. Be careful about all this alpha ideology. The alpha ideology is misleading, brothers. It's fake. It ain't real. This whole idea of you being a super alpha invincible is fake. It ain't real. It's mythology. No man is invincible. There's no such thing as an alpha who controls everything. There's no such thing as a man who can control everything. That's some nonsense. That's some nonsense that doesn't exist nowhere in the world, in no culture, in any in history. All right, brothers, I'm not going to keep any longer, man. Thank you all for joining the live and being a part of this engagement with Kanye West. Please like, share, subscribe, donate, hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal, and I will look for you all on the next live, brothers. Y'all take care.